Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, hello. I ringed you
There
on
we go.
Twitch too.
How are you?
I know how to do it now. I'm good, I'm good. How has it been going for you?
It's been challenging, actually. I think I've won like 50% of my games. I mean, for sure, the games are harder now as I get up in unranked ranks, if you want to
Yeah,
call them.
yeah.
But yeah, my early game, I think my early game is okay. It's pretty good. It's got some obviously challenges depending on the matchup. I don't think we have to spend too much time on it after the last two sessions. And definitely my mid and late game, especially regarding like late game itemization decision making, right? Where I'm facing that challenge of I want to like what are the set of spells or set of challenges that our team is facing that I want to build um, towards in terms of items to help counter that, or let's say we're taking a fight. What is my best way to kind of approach that? Who should I be targeting? And of course, that depends on the matchup. But sometimes it gets a little confusing if I should be like jumping to the back, if maybe I should just stick around my team and just be kind of that stunner slash, double edge damage dealer. So yeah, it's been definitely a challenge with Centaur. Um, but yeah, I feel a lot more confident in my early and going towards mid game thanks to your help. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
good. So
just the back end needs work.
okay, so the early games have been much better for you overall, like more stable.
Yeah, like I'm tracking net worth difference, and overall the net worth has been a little more even. I mean, there's some matchups I have a lot of trouble with, like with Undying. Like I've absolutely I'm like I think I should buy a magic stick wand for him, but at the same time, he's just completely removing all my health, and I have no real escape. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely some lat matchups there are a challenge for me, but I think overall my net worth difference, and especially my decision making after the laning stage, whether sticking behind the tower or straight up pulling the creep wave, or pulling the creep wave after towers down to a nearby jungle camp. If I'm doing well or if I'm doing poorly, I'll go to some of the back camps on the offlane side and just focus on farming up Vanguard and Blade Mail and eventually Blink while focusing on using my ultimate where valuable for my team, or even TPing if there's a real opportunity for potential kill.
One way to go about it is to look at a replay. I'm trying to think if there is another way, but just looking at scoreboard and items might be too theoretical. Maybe looking at a replay might be good on one or two replays and try to start breaking down some concepts. See, because I need to also identify what is like the easiest to improve, where do you have like the biggest learning curve. So which replay, and we're just gonna jump straight into mid to late game kind of thing. So which replay do you want to look at? It has to be a replay that you remember quite vividly, like what was the issue, or what were the challenges in the game. Whether you won or lost, I'm sure there's gonna be sequences where some of them go your way, some don't. So that's just what I need. The end result doesn't matter. So yeah, which replay would that be?
Yeah, I sent you two replays. They're both quite similar. They're your classic pubs where Witch Doctor completely owns us
Which doctor
back and
owns
forth.
both? Wow. Okay.
I didn't have to pay him to screw me this hard. It's actually pretty incredible.
All right. Let's see.
And I mean, it's kind of funny because you really don't consider Witch Doctor that much of an issue, maybe at the higher levels. But for some reason, these two games were just incredibly frustrating for both myself and the team. Even though the issue is so obvious, it's stop Witch Doctor or focus on your abilities to avoid taking Witch Doctor damage. So
Yeah.
but I do think it's good. Maybe a good example late game for everybody.
Okay. I'm starting with the second one.
My landing stage was quite good, so you'll I think you'll be just fine about it. Hopefully.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna skip it anyway. I'm just gonna skip to kind of the end result of it because I want to get to the point where you find struggles. But yeah, this looks super good. This looks very stable. Top 1 net worth. Look at you now. Tower is taken. Okay, nice. I like to see that. That's amazing. Okay, so where I'm just gonna skip forward, and you're gonna tell me where do you think it started being like kind of a hustle. Like I guess you guys are leading the game by a lot now. 10k gold. Okay, you lost the team fight. Should I look at it now, or is it even later?
No, I mean you'll see basically a turning point. So I think what does Witch Doctor have? I can't recall.
Right now he doesn't have Aghs yet. He's getting Aghs, so I think he's like getting stronger. I'm just gonna go to where you guys start losing the game, literally. Okay, well that was the turning point. Okay. I see the first throw. Oh, the high ground. That's a classic. Well, I mean, first of all, the one thing I do want to ask is how much do people work together in this in these games? Like, if you're gonna say something like on the microphone, do people listen? Do people play as a team? Is everybody's like muted each other's usually? So
Yeah,
either way, like,
it's
should we
very
work on yourself only, or can I also work on like what you can suggest to your team and macro?
you know, it's very mood based. I don't know how it is at higher levels, but it's very mood based, right? If things are going well, which it is here, people are very cooperative, and I think in this game we were relatively cooperative.
Okay.
Obviously, when things start going down, blame gets thrown out, and then eventually everything just kind of crumbles out.
Okay.
You can definitely talk about some of the other people just because those watching now or even after will have some takeaway that they will find appealing at least.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm actually just gonna try something real quick,
Yeah.
and you'll see why I try it. But I think without even seeing the team fight, I can already see what the problem is going to be.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can suggest something that fixes it. All right.
Yeah, 35 minutes is a pretty good period where we start throwing,
Yeah.
and then around the 55-minute mark, it also just kind of falls apart too.
Prepare for battle.
Oops. Witch Doctor. I mean, Witch Doctor can be a menace. Like, this hero is no joke. This hero is no joke.
I mean, I feel like he's so easy to stop, but for some reason,
He is, but
I think the heat of the moment, you just forget about it, and then suddenly, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you need to want to stop him, I guess, because like sometimes
Yeah.
he gets disrespected, and this is when it starts hurting. I don't know. I'll give him that, and I'll give this boy Aghs and make it easier. Okay.
Because, like, I mean, you can just stomp, you can use your ult to get him out, you can use Yule's Ghost Scepter to get out of the ultimate, but for some reason, the whole thing just kind of didn't hold up.
Okay, so that doesn't, or does it? Stop, bro. Stop killing us, please. Wait, what happened there? Could I not? Okay, free spells. Wait, how do I cart him?
Just click D and then, yeah. You got a D, you got to press the hotkey for it.
Yeah, but it.
Yeah, just restart, yeah, and then...
Oh, and then I targeted him.
There you go. Now you can.
I have to double press it. Okay, so let's do that again. Oh, but it doesn't auto refresh.
Yeah, it doesn't refresh for some reason, it just, you know...
Okay. So that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
And then I have to refresh it every time. It's fine. Okay, so it does work. Okay, so let's go back into the replay. Because basically, I mean, what Witch Doctor does is he makes any hero in the game die, I guess. Like, there is no such thing as tanking against Witch Doctor. And the thing, though, is that especially when you play Centaur, I guess if your Gyro doesn't respect the Witch Doctor, then you gotta help him do it, you know? I don't think you'll be able to fix it yourself. Well, first of all, I do want to mention that your items are really good. I think your items are almost perfect so far. I mean, discounting the heart, which also is a good choice. But this is when I look at their lineup and I see how, well, Gyro's job in Dota is to frontline, obviously. So is Viper, in a way. Like, they also bought these items, like they're planning to just go and hit buildings, like Viper with Dragonlance, and Gyro is just doing Gyro things. So, in this bracket, I guess, like, I'm saying in this bracket because, you know, maybe Gyro could be super clutch, dodge the Maledict, and, you know, I mean, he's just gonna get Maledicted, I assume, right? Like, there's no way he doesn't. So, Maledict plus Death Ward, he's actually dead through BKB because it goes through BKB. So, this Gyro right now gets solo killed by Witch Doctor, by the way. Like, if he gets stunned for 1 second, he's just dead. And the same for the Morta. Like, this Morta is just gonna wreck him the same way. And obviously, then he'll be fine versus the other heroes because he has BKB, so the other heroes are just gonna not touch him. So with Aghs, so that's why I tested it. With Aghs, you already have a way to save him. He should be buying Satanic himself instead of Daedalus, and he should only fight when he has Satanic so that he can heal through the Maledict and doesn't die. Another way is to jump the Witch Doctor, for instance, here. But since you're going high ground, when you go high ground, getting the right jump isn't a thing. I think it's almost impossible. Too much thing can go wrong. So when you go high ground, the variable you want to think of is can we deal with what they're gonna throw at us, if that makes sense. So can we save each other's? That's usually why at pro level you're only gonna see like kind of one guy hitting, is because there's only so much you can deal with, if that makes sense. So right now, the formation. So what I call formation in Dota. Are you familiar with this concept of what formation is?
Yeah, like positioning when engaging in like a scenario. For example,
yeah.
I don't know if this is still valid or not, but like, you know, you usually have the guy who has Aegis kind of be the one that's hitting the tower, and then everybody kind of stays behind. Is that still a thing, or is it kind of
yeah. No, that's it. Formation is positioning, and it's positioning in the way that suits how you want to fight, essentially. So it probably means, you know, Ogre standing behind, like it happens naturally for everyone, right? The support stands behind the carry, like that's kind of normal because the support has saving items. Usually he has spells to click, and the carry is happy to take contact because he has BKB. Like for instance, this Bat's positioning here is really bad. Like he broke your formation. Why? Is because this guy should be in a position to blink stun. For instance, get a clutch orchid, get a blink lasso. If they try to fuck with the gyro and the viper hitting, your positioning is really good. You're not gonna get your blink cancelled. Oh, next highlight. That's not what I wanted to click. You're not gonna get. So let's go back to the situation. Well, you guys all die, so we'll figure out the plot twist. But
yeah.
But your positioning here was very good. I want to go back to the exact situation. Okay, you guys were about to jump. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so back to that. Your positioning is great. You're ready to click pipe. Your blink is not gonna get cancelled. You guys don't see much, but it's okay. So let's see here. So I talk about so basically when you guys if you're able to identify what allows you to high ground, like for instance, if you have a notion that this gyro needs satanic, then maybe you could ask him to wait for it, and you guys can work together as a team, or whatever. Or if he goes high ground, you have to think now for yourself, what is the best I can do to help him out, or to help out this push. I think Aghs, as I showed, is a pretty good one, because you're actually able to save him from the threat, because if the Death Ward doesn't hit and Murta isn't hitting, this hero is going to be fine. So you could think about Aghs this game. And another way is to get a clutch jump, as you said. But you know, usually identifying what makes or breaks the team fight is the best way to succeed in it. And in late game, I think that's always true. So if you mention that you feel, and sometimes, I mean, in these games, I feel like you guys aren't playing at pro level, so you're gonna have second shots. So, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5 times the same team fight.
For sure.
It's really good to identify. Okay, you said Witch Doctor was a problem. So as soon as you realize Witch Doctor is a problem in this game, then you should know, for instance, you want to maybe be a little bit more patient with your jump. And what if you cancel his ulti? He has no BKB. So if you actually get to stun him after he clicked ulti, that could just be how to win the fight. Or if you know that he's gonna come and click Maledict on your gyrocopter, because that's what's killing your gyro realistically. Like, let's just watch the fight, for instance. Maybe we get a better idea of what happens. So you guys jump the Muerta. Let's see what happened. Witch Doctor, he got the Maledict on the gyro. And he's getting ulted. So look at the gyro here in BKB. Dead. You're dead too. I think he even got it on you too.
Yeah, he got everybody. I mean, at the time, I mean, if you check his score, he's 6'9". So in our head, we're like, this game's over. Like we're steamrolling at a 15k lead.
Yeah.
So he walks out with an Aghs up there and then pretty much just blasts me and everybody else.
You're maledicted, and Gyro's maledicted, and we'll look at the damage he did, because I mean, you probably already looked at it, but I'm gonna show you the number. It's going to be some crazy number. He's the most damage in the entire team fight, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Am I gonna get the fight recap? Still going. Okay, that's cheating because he's not doing that much damage after, but give me the recap.
His middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he had a good time.
Okay, so I mean, okay, so the difference, I guess, is like I will understand these things just watching the lineup. So I didn't see the game or the team fight, but I already know that's what's going to happen. So that's why, for me, I would come prepared with the right items to fix what's about to happen, like ahead of time. But I don't think you want to like reach that yet. For you, it's totally fine if you're not sure. But definitely after this fight, you should now know, or you should try to identify what happened, and then understand that it looks like it's their fight condition. If you're able to anticipate it, it's great. You're just gonna end the game right there. But if not, have to think of ways to fix it. So if we look back at what you did, what was the mistake in your opinion? If we just look at the team fight, like how could you have prevented what happened? I think this is the replay is bugged again. Okay.
Yeah, it's buggy. Yeah, I
Let's-
don't know why they haven't fixed it yet, but yeah, it's buggy.
It's fine. Let's look back.
I mean, at the time, I think my feeling was that it was pretty much like as long as we just pushed it up normally, we would completely crush them at 14k lead. So of course we clumped up, not realizing that the Witch Doctor would be such a problem. Because of course you assume that it's gonna be Muerta, it's gonna be, I don't know, Undying. Or...
But dismissing what you did not knowing, because we cannot go back in time, and there's no blame to be taken for that. Now that you know, what would you change?
I would probably save I think I didn't save my ultimate for starters. I think I blew it and then I blinked in, which is kind of redundant.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't BKB before I jumped in. That's also another annoying thing.
Are you happy
And
with
then-
the target you decided to jump?
Now or at the time?
No. Like with now,
I mean,
with
obviously
full,
now
with
not.
full knowledge, you know, full power, full
Right, right.
knowledge.
I mean, now obviously now I would target the back line, especially with Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, personally not.
If I were to say that Witch Doctor is actually the best target out of the 5 heroes, like, would you agree with that? Like, as in, do you see why I'm saying that?
Yes, I guess. Yes, I mean.
You're free to disagree, huh? It's an
No, I
it's
mean
a
like
conversation.
I'm trying to think of like in retrospect. Yes, I see why he's the best because you know how many times he ends up clutching these fights. On the flip side, you know, as the game gets later, you know, the carry Muerta actually becomes a huge problem. So now I'm wondering why would he be the best? Let's say he didn't ult. Let's say I stun him and he doesn't ult.
Yeah.
And then he repositions and ults after. Does that mean I still did okay, or rather I need to wait for him to pop his ult, for example, and and that's why you say he's the best target?
You need to. So I'll show you why he's the best target in demo. But you need to stop his ult. If whatever you do to him doesn't stop his ult, then no, you should not be happy with it. If you stun him before his ult, then you have to kill him. If you stun him after his ult, then it's fine. I'm not. What matters is not whether or not he's alive. What matters is whether or not he casted Maledict and is blasting his ulti on the Maledict. This is what matters.
Okay, so essentially I just went in, knowing what we know now, I essentially just went in too early and should have
Yeah, I'll show
relied
you.
on my global for starters and then go in when it looked more clear who's actually the target.
Yeah, I'll show you. What should I give your gyro? We'll give him this, and I guess the rest doesn't really matter. We'll give this to your gyro. We'll make a Witch Doctor. That will give. I'm giving level 30, so obviously they're not as big, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Aghs are already paying
Yep.
off.
Okay, stop hitting each other, guys. Chill. I'll give him. What did he have? He had only Aghs. I'll do this just for the sake of like casting, but.
Yeah, Aghs Glimmer.
Maledict AoE. Does anything change? I don't think he was level 20 yet. There's no way. Okay. Well, I don't need to give him the glimmer. We'll keep it at that. Well, Gyro's a little bit more buffed than what he should, but it's okay. And I'll make a Muerta. Muerta we saw had Mjolnir, I think, and she had. I don't think she was she 18. Probably she was. What do you think?
I'll check right now.
Yeah.
What I had.
Mjolnir, BKB,
Midas,
Midas,
BKB,
yeah, and
Mjolnir.
brown boots. But was she level 18? Because it kind of matters which level was she.
She was level 17.
17. Okay.
16, 17.
All right, and I'll give her some of that, and the rest doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll just click BKB on Gyro. I have Muerta start hitting him.
Oh yeah, no damage.
Yeah, that's what she does, and I'll let the ulti in it, so half HP. And now I'll do the same
With
this
Doctor,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goes right there. Yeah.
And if I
Makes
stop
sense.
now, This guy is dead anyway. I mean, he's taking.
Very
Let's say now he
likely, yeah.
takes any kind of
Yeah.
extra damage. Yeah. So you see like the difference, right? It's not even close actually. Like this Switch Doctor is doing like 5 times more what Murta is doing, and actually, it's AOE. Murta is, I could like even go further than that. It's like Murta is because he actually did this to both you and Gyro, if you realize, because you guys both tanked the Maledict and both had the ulti going, and the ulti also bounces, by the way. So if you're the more you are, the more damage you take. So it's actually like it's even more than what I just showcased in reality. So for all these reasons, if you're able to identify like some Dota mechanics, it's like this guy has Aghs, so it doesn't matter. But this guy also has like magic resists, really high magic resist, right? Which counters Muerta. Muerta ulti is magical, so what counters Muerta is BKB and magic resistance. So Viper actually, and this is pure damage. So this wrecks through the Viper also. So essentially, if you just do the math or do the demo and just try it as much as you want, but you have to trust me when I say that this Witch Doctor is gonna kill any of your heroes like it's not even hard, with 0 effort, whereas Muerta won't, Puck won't. I think he basically does like 2 or 3 times the damage that the 4 other heroes would do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he's like #1 priority, not even close. And luckily, he's also the easiest because he has no movement speed, no BKB. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna tank all the stuns you guys want to throw at him, especially because in order to deal damage, he needs to get close. This is not that big of a range, so he needs to walk in and click Maledict, and same with ulti. Oh, we're bugged again.
I think
go ahead.
my takeaway, honestly, is that maybe I just jumped in too early in the reality. Like, like I can continue saying like I didn't know. I think the reality is like if I don't know, I need to then stop and see and then do it. I think it's just the fear of like missing out on involvement or missing out on like save an ally or something.
For sure, but I want you to have the mindset of like, you know, should have, could have, would have. These things just don't help in Dota. As in, what happened happened. Now we're watching the replay, so it's a different way to look at things, right? Obviously now it's Captain Hindsight. So I don't want you to blame yourself or like, oh, I'm playing bad, I jumped bad. No, it doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna make mistakes, as I told you the last time. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes in Dota. I make a lot of mistakes in every game that I play, and I have much more play time than you, and I'm still making these mistakes. So don't dwell on these, because you're never gonna stop dwelling. So forget about what happened in the sense that you tried your best with what you knew. Now we're watching, basically, we're cheating the system. We're watching the fight as we know how it unfolded, so we're getting the learnings and the lessons from it. So, but now you definitely want to like be harsh on yourself if you don't draw the right conclusion after seeing how the fight unfolded. And luckily, there's going to be quite some time and quite some ranking up and grinding and getting MMR and getting better at the game before one mistake, one bad team fight costs you the game. That's like pro level or immortal. That's like the best in the world. So the good point is like, all right, we get to see, we fucked up the fight. We all died to Witch Doctor. I now know that Witch Doctor is my priority target. And one thing in Dota is like, patience is absolutely key. It is really difficult. It's difficult for everyone. It's difficult for me too. When you watch a fight unfold for like 3 or 4 seconds and you're just holding and you're just not jumping. And you might even see triple hoof stomp and you actually don't have to go for it in this case. You have to just wait. You're in a 1 versus 1 situation this game. You're waiting for this guy. Let's see what you see. You don't see him yet. Now you jump, it's too late. But ideally, it's like you're watching your gyro, you're watching your... But to be honest, it could be somebody else's job. That's also why you guys can communicate. You know, that's also why it has to be a teamwork. Because this guy could do the exact same thing. He can actually do it much easier than you. This guy can just be chilling, and all he needs to do is blink Orchid the Witch Doctor when he clicks ulti. And the fight is won. This guy can solo win the fight by just clicking Orchid. He could click Lasso, but whatever. You know, now you just have to identify for yourself that what is the issue. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is how to fix it. Can you fix it yourself? Yes or no? Can you buy an item that fixes it? Do you need to wait for something? Can you ask help from a teammate? The help could be for somebody to do it. The help could be for Gyro to respect it, like raise Gyro's awareness of like, bro, if you get maledicted, you're gonna die. So try to stay away from the witch doctor, etc., etc., etc. So in this case, in full hindsight, yes, you don't want to jump here. You want to be a little bit more patient, and you guys want to be able to cancel this death ward because it goes full, and he solo wins the fight. So let's move on now to the next fight. Now that we know this, let's see if we had ways to adapt.
Yeah.
And move on to the next highlights.
I think also another takeaway that you're kind of saying was like, and I think I'm just not applying that rule, is that in the mid game, you know, when you're ganking or it's a small skirmish, I can be the first one that goes in, and then everybody follows through as long as I see them, you know, within the range to be able to do it.
Yeah.
For larger fights like this one, I don't need to be the first one in, or even the second or third. I can straight up just take my time because I'm not usually right. I'm not the hero that's going to be the one needs to be dealing consistent damage. I just need to land, let's say, the correct spells
Exactly.
at the most opportune or the most disruptive time.
Yes, and this is when you start factoring in. It's a lot of things to factor in, but that's the beauty of Dota. That's why I think Dota is the hardest game in the world and will always be until it's just how it is. You also have to factor in your ally heroes too. Some games, your allies heroes don't deal a lot of damage. Some games they really do. I think this is typically a game where they do. Gyro is just a damage turret. That's what this hero does. Viper deals a lot of damage too. So in this game, technically, like if your Gyro survives and is able to stand his ground, you will win the fight. And that's also why you're itemizing for that. You're buying BKB, that's not for damage. You're buying BKB to make sure you can keep hitting the stuns and surviving. You're buying pipe to help him survive, all these things. And everybody kind of understands that. He queued a satanic after. That's just Dota sense from everyone. It's like, oh fuck, I am just dying to the damage. I need to be able to heal up or not take as much damage. He switched from Daedalus to satanic, so he has the right idea. So yeah, you have to factor in your teammates, understand what your role is. It's never gonna be like 100%, but as long as you're asking yourself the question, I think you already did have the road, you know, maybe even more than that. So you're doing great. When you're already raising your own awareness of these things, trust me, it's just a matter of time before you make the right decisions and you play these games better and better until you just win every single one of them. I mean, that's not a thing. You never win every single one of them, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
I do have one question. Let's say I had this for this last game I had, where let's say, you know, we're losing, right? We're on the back foot here. It's 50 or 45 or 60 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe one of, if not one of the deciding fights.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhere else, but my team is off into the jungle, and they get into a fight.
Yeah.
Or they're looking for a fight, even though it's not defending, let's say, the tower. Should I still try and reach them? Or is this, after communicating, obviously, I don't think we should fight that. You know, if they're still committing, should I actually try and reach them? If,
so
regardless if I'm actually able to or not?
Yeah.
Or
this is case dependent. This is very case dependent. So it's hard for me to give you like an answer. But what I can say, I can like help you find the answer yourself depending on the situation. It's like you have to assess the consequences of what might happen, you know. If your guys have no buyback, for instance, like some of your teammates have no buyback, they're going for the fight, you have to go there, you know, because you're just gonna lose the game if you don't. Like they die there, they have no buyback, the game is over. So even if it's a bad move, you have to go there. If you assess it's a bad move, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's better to make a bad move collectively as a team with no hesitation, you know, punching together and punching as hard as you can, even if the move isn't great, than to be split and do different things. That's always true in Dota.
Yeah, good point.
You never know what might happen. You know, your bat might get really good jump, even though the fight is bad and doesn't favor you. I don't know. The bat might get a good jump. Maybe one of them is not ready. Maybe one of them is like out of mana, not ready to fight. Maybe. But what you know for sure is that if you allow your team to go there 4 versus 5 in a late game situation and somebody doesn't have buyback and might die there, obviously the chances of losing the fight if you're not there are much higher than if you're there. Well, then you basically just accepted that the game is going to be lost. So don't accept it. That means try to stop them from doing it or join them. And there's also one thing in Dota is like you yourself cannot be aware of everything your teammates see and why they make the decisions that they make. So maybe one of them actually saw an opening, saw that, I don't know, Muerta clicked BKB while farming neutrals on the reward. Whatever it is that triggers them going there, you know? So sometimes you also have to just trust them. Yeah, but again, you have to assess the situation. It's not easy. If for instance, people have buyback, there's some, you know for a fact it's a bad fight. For instance, you see two of them making a play, and you know that Gyro isn't going there. Because I'm gonna give you an example. Gyro TP'd bottom to farm, and two people are fighting in the enemy jungle. Well, don't go there. Fuck it, you know? Like, obviously it's gonna be bad. There's nothing you can do to not make to make it not bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna get outnumbered, they're gonna meet 5 heroes, and your carry TP'd on the other side of the map, so he physically can't get there. Even if he wanted to. So yeah. And another situation where I would say don't connect is if you actually can't make it in time. If you know that you cannot make, like, they're taking contact, the fight is already breaking down. Let's say the fight is breaking down here, okay? You're there. How are you gonna get there? It's gonna take you 40 seconds. By the time you get there, the fight is 100% over. So it's much better to create another problem for the enemy. I would much rather have you push the lane all the way to their base, and when the fight is done, they have to look at the double wave hitting their tier 3. So hopefully they will not think of coming knocking on your base, because they will think of collecting the creeps and dealing with the pressure you created on the other side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just running all the way, like you're gonna run all the way, and by the time you connect, the fight is over. So these are moments where you should not connect. But again, if you feel like your team is going for the fight anyway, and the consequences might be disastrous, join them.
Yeah, fair enough. No, yeah, I definitely got it. It's better to do a team move, even if it's wrong, than to let people rather than make a potentially wrong move a very
Yeah,
you know a very
I'd rather have
short favorable
five.
loss.
I'd rather have 5 people do a 6 out of 10 play than have 2 and 3 do amazing plays. Like, especially in the late game. Dota is a very basic game at the end of the day. It's like you get outnumbered, chances are you're gonna lose. It's as simple as that. So you do not want to allow the enemy to outnumber you, especially in a team fight situation. So let's now jump to. So
Yeah.
that's also one comment I can do. So if let's remind ourselves what happened here with the Witch Doctor. That is sometimes why you see pro players saving gold. It's not only from buybacks. It's like when they have hesitation on their next item. Sometimes the game provides the answer for what the next item should be. That's why sometimes you don't buy right away, especially a non-impactful buy, if that makes sense. As in, 25 strength is very good, but I wouldn't say it's like a game changer, if you know what I mean. Heart is going to be a game changer because of what the item provides. But you could also decide in late game situation to save your gold and then get a better understanding of how the team fights are happening and what can solve. Think of problem solving, especially on the role that you play. As an offlaner, you're a problem solver most of the time. I think it's true for every role almost, but I guess the difference between an offlaner and other roles is that other roles, they problem solve for themselves. Like, this Gyro is never going to think of you. He's never going to think, oh, my centaur could help this and that, could use that help. He's just thinking for himself. He's like, oh, I need Satanic, I need this, I need that. As an offlaner, you're also thinking, how can I help my Gyro, you know? How can I help my Viper? So sometimes the best way to help them is to be a menace yourself. That's hard. It's like you're going in, you're dragging attention, you're doing more damage, obviously, with the strength. You're going in, not dying, barely making it out, regenning, going back in. That's a way to help. Distracting enemies, soaking spells. Another way sometimes is to buy items to save them. Pipe, Lotus Orb, Aghanim Scepter, put them on the cart. Are there? He's being focused by Witch Doctor and Muerta. You couldn't jump the Witch Doctor, or your bat is griefing and not even understanding that he needs to work at the ward. Doesn't matter. Boom, Gyro back on the cart, out of position. I reposition you nicely. Let's fight again. Whatever. Other items. And the best way to problem solve, either you understand preemptively what might happen, that's great. And if you don't, you'll get the read from the team fight. You'll get the feeling, you'll get the fight recap, Maybe sometimes teammates share things. That's always a good way to like voice the problem. I think it's something good to do in Dota, especially when you have a team that's working together. It's like, guys, the Switch Doctor is a problem. Like, we need to stop him, and then people can problem solve together. Yeah.
I think that is what I do, but I definitely communicated that Witch Doctor was an issue. We got to kill Witch Doctor. I think the issue is, for me, maybe my communication is that after I communicate it, or let's say I give a suggestion to someone to do it, I then assume they will do it, or more importantly, I will now no longer focus on trying to solve that Witch Doctor problem because I think a teammate will do it.
I mean, you have to get to the fight to actually know what might happen. So you still need to be a little bit patient, because it's a good point. Like you voiced it, but it might not happen, and but it needs to happen, because basically, if it doesn't happen, you're losing the fight. If it happens, you're winning the fight. So there's nothing more important than it happening. So at the end of the day, the responsibility might fall back on you, and that doesn't like, and it's okay. I mean, if you want to win the game, you'll do whatever it takes, and you might have to do all the work, and that's just what it is. So you still have to look at how the fight develops. If bad decides not to jump the Witch Doctor, well, then it's on you. And even if you wish it wasn't, well, it is on you. So are you gonna do it, or are you gonna lose the fight? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's as simple. Same same could be said about the gyro. It's like, don't tank Maledict. Well, I'm sure the next fight, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure he's gonna run in,
For sure.
try to kill somebody, and tank the Maledict. So it's on you. Can you fix it, or are we gonna lose the fight?
No, I never thought that's a good point. For sure. I mean, we'll take 2-3 fights. The next one's at 45 minutes if you want to jump to that.
Yeah, let's.
And I will. I mean, obviously, I won't express it as strongly, but I'll just be very mad at my team that they're not playing right, rather than maybe seeing how can I make it easier for them. And I think that's really the crux of the issue I've talked about when it comes to late game. It's like there are so many like ways that my team can improve, and obviously myself as well. It's hard to decide what is the priority in terms of like doing that. Like,
so there's something I can tell you about what you just said, which is a very important thing in Dota for everyone, and it's something I apply to myself, because I'm also guilty of getting mad at my team or getting frustrated with my team. Like even like within my own self, right? I just feel the frustration, and that's just there's not something I can fix. You cannot fix that. Like the frustration is gonna come. It's knocking at the door. What you have control over is, are you opening the door to the frustration, or are you letting the door closed? Okay? That is what you can control. But don't feel bad about feeling frustrated. That's normal. It means you care, basically. Emotions are high when you care. That's just human behavior. So, but essentially what I always tell myself is, if you play Dota to improve, which obviously you are, because you wouldn't be here today, listening to me if you didn't want to improve at the game. What you can always tell yourself is that if somebody would switch position with you, like you literally, you stand up, he or she sits down, and play the game that you're playing, somebody out there would do it better, So aim to be that person, basically. Somebody would be calmer, somebody would be like cooler, more collected. Somebody, instead of like letting the frustration express itself and maybe even sharing it onto teammates, which is even worse, would actually be more focused and would be trying to figure out like, how the hell can I fix this? Would channel this energy into fixing the game, into winning the game, into beating the opponents, into like, God damn it, this Witch Doctor, what can I do? I just thought of Aghs Scepter, I clutched it, and you clutched it with a clutch item, or you actually were more patient because you channeled that high level of care. Instead of channeling it into frustration, you channeled it into focus, into energy, and that's why I think, the best always perform when, we say like champions they show up for big games, is because they actually have learned how to turn this high level of care and these emotions and kind of this energy, because it is what it is energy in my opinion. They have learned it to channel it the right way and towards the right things. So if you turn these things into focus, it's deadly for your opponent. If you turn it into frustration, it's deadly for yourself and for your team.
Yeah.
But it's the same energy, like it's the same level of care. So I think that mindset, it's hard to keep it all the time. As I said, the frustration, it comes knocking all the time. But you do have to, yeah, you do have to manage it. So
I do have one question. It is about
Yeah.
gameplay. Let's say I do have that frustration. My frustration is threefold, right? It's myself, like I'm dying too much, or I'm not doing what I want to be able to be doing. My teammates aren't playing the best they can, maybe through some false, unnecessary form of judgment. And the third one is my enemy team is playing obviously better than us. Now, let's take the Witch Doctor challenge or paradox situation. I want to either save my gyro so he doesn't die to Witch Doctor, or I want to kill or stop the Witch Doctor from using his ultimate. When it comes to itemization, how do I know which one to prioritize? I think that's really the issue here, right? If I want to prioritize the gyro, then I'll build something like an Aghanim Center. If I want to prioritize, let's say, the Witch Doctor, I'll build, let's say, another way of kind of guaranteeing that I can close the gap on him and stomp him
Yeah.
before he can, or during. the
honestly,
conflict.
I think both are fine in this case. You can go for either. In reality, if you want me to break it down, I would say once this guy gets BKB, you can't stop him. So I think the best answer is Aghanims. But never mind that, honestly. I think already if you build the awareness and you're trying to fix it, and you're buying, itemizing, or playing your team fight in a way you're trying to fix it, it's already great, trust me. Like, you don't have to worry about finding the best way, just find a way already.
Fair enough.
And
Okay.
work on that. Yeah, the best way will come later, but trust me, like there's gonna be lots of wins in between. If you find a way already, it's already great. When is the
Let's do
next
it.
team fight? You said?
Yeah, I think it's if I was looking at the graph correctly, it's around 45, 28, or
Okay, because
seems to be a
like
lot of kills around 47, 13.
47. Okay.
Like I think we win that team fight at 47, 46 maybe. Somewhere around there.
Okay, no, they're pushing your high ground. What happened there? Oh, they were bugged again, or no? Okay,
Yeah,
they
replay
threw.
is just
Okay. Let me see.
A plus.
Okay, you're gonna win the fight without the gyro, it seems. Okay, Marta dies. I mean, Witch Doctor has cooldown on ulti, so that's for sure a big factor. They're fighting without that. Okay, Witch Doctor is getting jumped. He has cooldown on ulti. I mean, no. So obviously this fight is easy.
Yeah, okay. So it really emphasized the importance of like
Yeah,
Witch Doctor ultimate.
he has no ulti, and he dies first. So I'm gonna watch what happens next. I'm just looking for another like team fight
Yeah, no worries.
situation.
No, I definitely give you the wrong time.
Yeah. No worries. Let's see. Are you guys going high again, or there's gonna be a fight here? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me see what happens here.
Classic pub stuff. Carry's
so-
dead, but people will keep going.
They're fighting anyway. So, okay. I mean, it's a very good thing to look at. I think. Let's see what happens. So you guys start on the Muerta. She dies. Important spells were thrown, and I think the most important spell that was thrown is Lasso, because you now don't have a way to stop the BKB ulti from Witch Doctor. The only way you stop it, the only BKB cancel you guys have is the Lasso, and it's not available anymore. So this is another situation where you see the Witch Doctor is like mega chilling so far. Like, he's ignored. It seems like he's gonna be able to cast his spells. Yeah, he does. Yeah. This fucking Witch Doctor.
I mean, you can see. I was on that guy like white and rice, man. I was
it
like,
wasn't wasn't enough damage, but I would say the way the fight starts was a little bit scary, because lots of things didn't go well, obviously, like didn't go right. But
I think he ults and then I Yule him, which is
it's
why I
like
bought it.
he didn't BKB, so lots of things didn't work. I don't know what Yuled him. For some reason, Jakiro Yuled his ally. No. Oh, you have Yuled,
No,
my
it's
bad.
me.
Oh, it's you. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it was you. Okay. Wind Waker, by the way, amazing pickup. That's an amazing pickup. Because that's one way to save, right? From the Witch Doctor stuff. Like here is like jumping the puck over the Witch Doctor, a little bit scary in my opinion, because this guy right now has the perfect, like you see the formation, right? Like this guy has the perfect position to go at it.
Yeah.
Like if he clicks Maledict, he clicked it on you, he didn't get the gyro, and he should BKB and ulti, and you guys can't stop it. And all of you guys, like 1, 2, 3, 4, gling, 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 is gonna be it's gonna be really rough.
Yeah.
You use him preemptively, that's really cool. So it delays his stuff. Now he should BKB ulti. He forgets to BKB. That's what happens. He's just chanting ulti.
Panic.
So right now he's gonna get stopped. He's actually lucky that nobody's ready to stop him, you know. But he cancel his ulti by clicking the shard. Also, that's what happened. So, but anyways, but what matters is that the gyro didn't get maledicted, and the gyro didn't die to the Witch Doctor ulti. Neither did you. You're full HP. So gyro's gonna turn. So there's gonna be a good fight. But again, it's still the conditions, like, is Witch Doctor owning the fight, yes or no? And you can see the other heroes, like, they cannot touch this gyro. Like, he doesn't care about anything. Look at this. He doesn't give a shit. Look at him. They're throwing everything at him, and the gyro couldn't care less. Witch Doctor died. The boys are fighting on dying. Ah, you guys won the fight. So let's see how much you can get with it. And again, it's related to the Witch Doctor. I think he kind of fucked up this time around. You had the right idea also, you delayed it. And then he fucked up. So, with both things happening, you guys actually saved yourselves. You have no way,
Now,
unfortunately. Yeah.
One question I have here, I did Yule him preemptively.
Yeah.
How severely, I mean, obviously you want to do it during his ultimate, but how, like, big of a difference is it?
It is. It is a big difference. It is a big difference because you're buying your team 2 or 3 seconds. That might just be enough for the fight to be won already.
Yeah,
You
to
know?
be able to kill, like, let's say other opponents. Okay,
Yeah,
that's not a
other
problem.
opponents, like Gyro's like killing something. Like Jakiro, something is dying, Morta is dying, somebody's dying, and Witch Doctor isn't turning the fight. So you guys get 2 sides. No, 3 sides. You get Megas. Or what? Okay, big fight. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna replay it slowly. I'm gonna replay it slowly. Okay, they're respawning. The raid boss is coming. So I mean, honestly, simplest way is Bat blinks lasso this guy, and the game is over. But the Bat is not interested. I do not know what the Bat is thinking. Let's see. No, not interested. Gets stunned instead.
He's a funny character.
You're going on the Witch Doctor. That's nice, but he's gonna BKB. No, he doesn't. Okay, he did now, and he starts ulting. Oh my god, the fucking devil. You guys are all maledicted. How did he all maledict you? Oh my god, you see the AoE? So look at this. You're maledicted. Gyro is maledicted. Bat is maledicted. And the way maledict works is like it's absurd the damage it does. Lost health, burst damage on every tick, right? Like set amount of damage each second. So like 4 seconds. So imagine, like, I don't know, if you guys lose 2k HP, it's gonna be some crazy numbers. Like he's gonna deal 15k damage or something, and then he gets the ulti off. He doesn't even get the ulti. I think he just clicks the shard. That's just the shard that's owning you guys. Oh no, he actually got the ulti. Oh, it's only the shard. Only the shard damage and the medic were enough.
We still managed to die a significant amount.
Let's see the fight recap. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, dude. Like he did, like they did damage after chasing, but he did 7.5k damage in like 1.5 seconds or something with 300 HP. I mean, this guy really needs to die. It's crazy. So again, I mean, it's the same story over and over again. You know, it's like I'm watching the same team fight over and over again. Sometimes it works for them, and they win the fight, and when it doesn't, you win the fight. Oh my! And now he's level 25. It's even worse now.
Yeah. It's super frustrating because you know what's happening, but for some reason, these fights you're just not able to really stop it or have enough influence to keep it in your favor.
Yeah.
It's only after that you realize, oh, I should have done this, should have done that, like I said, and like you corrected me to do so. But obviously, you'll come into another late game fight and not sure what to do.
Look at this though. I like watching this. This is all you need, guys. Yes, lasso. Let's go. Yes. To be honest, this is a win condition, this game. It's Batrider clicking lasso on the BKB or not BKB, it doesn't matter which doctor, and you guys killing him. Like that's literally how you win the game. But I see that you didn't, so I'm curious what happens next. Because in my book, the game is over now.
Yes, that's also my problem. I also have that mindset for like 40 minutes straight, and
Yeah.
obviously it's one of the reasons we lose. I
Let's
think
see what
is
happens
like
there.
not respecting the opponent.
Yeah. Okay. Gyro literally killed himself. Like, he clicked BKB really early, maybe out of
Yeah.
stress. There's no ulti yet. He has it, so there's nothing literally happening. Look. I mean, he's BKB'd now. He just clicked it. Like, he clicked BKB to remove Puck Silence, so I don't really know what this is, but it's not gonna go well, because now he's just gonna die.
It's your average pub game.
It happens. It happens, you know. Now you guys get 4-man coiled, which again, you did not respect formation. Like, formation is still important. Like, you guys, if you're not gonna be hitting the towers, which Bat is not going to be hitting towers, you're not, and Ogre isn't, you guys have no business getting coiled. You know what I mean? Like, it should only be this guy. He should not be BKB'd. He should just be hitting this. He has Satanic. He's gonna have your pipe. He has your Wind Waker. Like, life is good, you guys. Like, Greaves, everything is fine. You guys are chilling. But now it's like, what happens is the opposite of what should happen. Gyro clicks BKB for no reason. Bat and you are coiled. Ogre is a little bit far behind, but he can't really fix it. So now none of you guys can stop this Jakiro, for instance, from clicking his spell. Because if you were in a position to stop Jakiro, the coil doesn't do as much, for instance. You would just jump. The second guy, maybe. And then, because now the coil plus the Macropyre is gonna do so much. Like, Gyro's just dying, because he has no BKB, so he's dead. Viper has to click BKB, Bat is dying too. And now you jump, but unfortunately nobody can follow up on your jump. Your Viper's running away, your Bat and Gyro are dead, and it's just you and Ogre, basically. So
Yeah.
you guys are
So
up
even
for
tier
another
4
fight?
is like tier 4 is like when I feel like it's ending.
No.
Obviously here
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been like hitting the towers, but in general you're saying
Formation always.
formation. But
like-
like even if your opponent's, let's say, like harassing them, at the fountain for some reason, I should still
It's
play
like,
from play from
I'll
play from
ask you
back
the question
or
in another way. Would you rather end the game with 100% certainty, but it's gonna take 15 seconds? Or would you rather take 50-50, but it might end in 5 seconds?
yeah, obviously the 100%.
You'll take the
chance.
100% win.
Yeah.
15 seconds, right? You're even tell me, even if it takes 3 minutes, I'll take it, you know? So basically, that is why discipline and formation, it's always important, no matter what. Always, always, always. You're playing a blink stun, do not hit ours. Unless you know for a fact that nothing might happen. There might not be a fight. There will not be a fight 100%. They're all dead. Or they're literally on the map doing something else. Then you can hit the tower. But if there might be a fight, I don't really care how the fight looks like. If somebody's dead, it doesn't matter. It's like, are they going to fight back? Yes or no? If they will, or they might, formation.
Yeah, makes sense. No, we definitely didn't respect our opponent, and now you'll see Puck with a rapier just
Ooh,
Um,
yeah, that's
giving us the
scary.
depot.
Rapier
Yeah.
Aghs, that is very scary.
So at this point, it's really hard to know, I guess, at that time, who is the biggest problem, because they're all just big problems, right? Puck
Yeah.
with rapier, Witch Doctor, then Muerta's finally online. Only took 60 minutes, but
Yeah, now Puck is a problem for sure. But basically, I would get so an advice I could give when you have too many problems, kind of, is like focus on what you can solve yourself. So for instance, with your item build, I say with your item build because the only way that you could ever fix Puck is like with a hex, you know.
Yeah.
But like you don't have a hex. Like right now you have this, so forget about Puck yourself. You can't fix him. You know what I mean? So it's not your job. So fix what you can, basically. So you can save your gyro, you can fuck the witch doctor, you can maybe stampede people away. Do what you can, and it's just how Dota is sometimes. Like some things you can fix, and that's fine.
yeah,
So-
I guess that's kind of the crux of another issue I had with late game is like, you're saying kind of just focus on what you can do.
Yeah.
Whereas my view is like, I need to get the item to solve this next problem. It's kind of obviously, I guess it's a case by case basis, but it's really hard to know.
I mean,
Both.
if you
Which,
feel like
where are my boundaries of what I can actually pull off versus what I should be actually aiming towards.
I mean, if you feel like puck is a problem and you want to buy a hex to fix it, I like that. But until you have the hex, I don't want you to even try to stun the puck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're not gonna stun him. Like, or you should know, if you feel like this puck is not very good and you can get the stun, then go for it. But if you feel like he's actually playing well and it's hard to stun him, don't try. Don't even try. Just stun the reliable targets. You know, stun them after stun the Jakiro. Like, this guy dies every time he tanks a stun, right? He has no BKB. After this guy clicks BKB, stun him. Same, you know what I mean? Like, same for this guy. But don't try to stun a puck that's either phase shifted or orbiting away or in the air, or it's not gonna work. And then once you have the hex, then then do it.
But I guess you can kind of see the issue. I think a lot of players, including myself, have, and that frustration of like, there are so many ways that I can solve this with maybe 1 or 2 items, but you can't solve it all. And I think that decision-making process is just hard to know, especially this late in the game where, you know, everybody's good. Everybody's got strong items and abilities.
Yeah. No, for sure.
It sounds like there isn't a real solution to it. It really comes down to
you're not gonna
fix
it. Yeah, you're not gonna fix it all. Like, it's gonna come down to what this guy is gonna do. This guy has the power to fix puck. You know, this guy has Lincoln's cancel and hex. This guy has blink orchid lasso. Like, if this guy wants blinks, remove Lincoln's and lassos the puck, you win the fight. Like, you guys have many ways, but at the end of the day, it is a team game. Your teammates need to do their part. And if they don't, that's just how Dota is. Like, you know, like, I just played a horrendous pub game that you watched. I can tell you lots of things I did right, you know? Yep. And there's so many things that, you know, my safe lane lost. I can't fix it. They should not be losing this lane, you know? My mid laner is just dying, even though they have no... I can't fix it. And eventually the game is we get stumped in 25 minutes. Well, that is life, you know?
So at the higher MMR, you know, you're saying, like, you know, here, like in my games, you're saying Ogre is the only one that can stop puck or something, for example. At higher MMR, do you guys all know who you're supposed to be targeting and who, I mean, or is there some communication like, okay, Ogre, you need to target puck. Okay, Centaur, you need to stop Witch Doctor. Or is there, because you guys have played so much, you know who you should be targeting?
Yeah.
Because that is something, again, at my level that, you know, the Bat Rider should be targeting the Witch Doctor. I think you'll see at the last fight. I don't even think he does, for example.
Yeah, we can watch. So now you guys are just getting a pick off. He lassoed before the BKB, unfortunately, which was fine too, but now he's alive. Big coil. Massive damage. Nice satanic, so Gyro's actually gonna survive. Okay, that was the Aghs.
Yeah.
Okay, you forgot to click BKB, but it's fine. Okay, this fight went badly for several reasons, which are not related to you, so I'm not gonna expand on it. I'll just look at the next one.
About my question though, at your higher levels, do you sometimes feel like you have to communicate, you know, Ogre target the puck, blah, 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 or is it because you guys have all played so much and you're at such a high level that it's not really needed to have that kind of...
It's a mix of both. I would say that it's not as needed, but very often we need to... I think when the game gets as complex as this one, like late game, everybody has a lot of items and everybody is like a threat. No, you definitely need to communicate a lot. And ideally, people would say for themselves what their heroes can do. You know what I mean? So, for instance, the bat will say, like, you usually, like, you put out there what you bring to the table, if that makes sense. So I'll go like, guys, like, don't worry about the coil, I can save you. Like, imagine you had a refresher Wind Waker, so you could double Wind Waker your gyro, for instance, during the coil, and then the coil with rapier, which is basically the only tool this puck has, is gone. So you could say, okay, like, don't worry, gyro. Play like there have no, because like this gyro just dies to the coil, right? Like, I mean, actually, we could see it here. Like, just look at the gyro. Oh,
he gets very creative on how he dies.
Yeah, he does. But if you look at the coil, it is a problem. Like, look at this. Look at the gyro here. You see how fast he's dying? And he can't even satanic. I mean, now they're giving him the satanic, but like, if the puck were to coil the gyro and just run away, this guy's just dying, and he can't lifesteal on anything, you know. So like, this guy right now has a problem. But then the way you guys could go about it is like, if you identify that and you have Wind Waker, and here you had Wind Waker Refresher, you could be like Gyro. Play like they have no coil. Don't worry. I will Wind Waker you twice. And now that you've communicated it, hopefully he will trust you, and he will play in a way where he doesn't have to be scared of this. Does that make sense? So
Yeah, and if not, I will just watch how he plays, and then because I'm not going in first, I'll watch how he plays and then try and.
And then when the coil happens, you come in and you save him.
Yeah, but let's say he BKBs through the coil just out of reaction. Then obviously,
yeah.
since I'm playing,
It's annoying.
it's slower.
It's annoying.
I will just coil it. I will just save him after it, or
It's a loss. It's a loss. I think you can still Wind Waker him, but the problem is that you really don't want him to click BKB for no reason. But
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But that's why communicating it preemptively, it might make it that he's not gonna BKB. If he trusts you, he will not BKB. He will just patiently wait for you to save him. So maybe it's a possibility. Alright, this looks
For
to be...
sure, that it's definitely communicated, and then if it doesn't happen, you communicate it again. But I think after a certain point, I have to learn to just stop repeating it, because at some point it's just not going through, and I just need to personally adapt.
100%. Yes, agree with that. I want to see. I guess there's gonna be one last fight.
Yes, this one is frustrating.
Okay, you guys got Aghs. It's bugged again. How do I unblock it? Okay, I see. We're in for a crazy one. Let me see how it starts. I guess this guy got lassoed. It looks like he got lassoed here, so he died, sure. Same, assuming buybacks is always important, by the way. Like having the discipline to just assume they have, unless you know for a fact they don't have it because it's on cooldown, then assuming and playing in a way where they might buyback is important. So you're jumping Muerta, it's a good jump. They're not ready to react. Witch Doctor brought back here. Coil is happening. You guys are very committed to the Muerta. I'm trying to see. There's a lot to keep track of. Okay, he died with Aghs. Honestly, so far so good. I do not see how you guys should not lose this fight. No, I'm watching. So your target. So your Gyro is chilling. He has BKB Satanic. There's stuff happening here. Witch Doctor is the issue though. You're not in a position to help. They get double mad addicted. Both are gonna die. Look at this. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Dude, it's so strong. This hero. You guys
That's something
like,
I'm trying to do more too. I'm trying to say, like, instead of saying like, that Batrider is an idiot because he doesn't wait for blink, I try to more compliment the enemy.
Yeah, you guys are tunnel visioning. I mean, the only problem in this fight is that this guy bites back and you guys forget to look at him. You know what I mean? Like right now, here, you have the chance to just forget about what's happening here and try to reposition and look at this guy. Because somebody needs to look at this guy. And if you can't, then you had to just back off when he balled back. Because
you could see kind of the challenge where it's like,
it's hard.
Okay, Witch Doctor was the problem. Okay, now it's Puck with the rapier, and Muerta, that's the problem. Okay, now we need to focus back to Witch Doctor.
Yeah,
and everyone's just kind of split with their different perception of how, like, who should be targeting what. Like here, I stay with the Gyro because it's the carry, but
they can talk about perception, but what I'm watching here is not perception. Look at, I mean, I think it speaks for. This is not perception to me. This is very real. This is very real, and it's very painful. Oh my god, like how much damage? I mean, honestly, I think this is batshit broken, but I don't even know what to say. I didn't realize it's so big.
Rapier is also a challenge too. So
I think this is even more, man. I think this is like. I want to see the fight recap. I'm actually just excited for the fight recap. I mean, this. What the fuck? 24k damage. I spend 50-minute games sometimes and I don't deal this damage. What the fuck?
Oh, you're more than welcome to play with me because that comes up a few times for sure.
Dude, Muerta with Refresher, Daedalus, 6-slotted Muerta going at it. Did half the damage this guy did. What in the world is this damage?
But playing separately definitely is an issue. But, I mean, for me, I can go and join the rest of those guys, but at the same time, the Gyro's still playing, in his own circle.
He is.
Yeah.
But that's
There's no
why,
real solution to that, right?
in hindsight, I think the one thing that saves from Coil, that saves from Witch Doctor ulti would have been Aghs on you. I think if you want to be like micro, there should have been an Aghs on you earlier this game.
Sure.
And I would even say an Aghs with a refresher. Just to make sure that you can double Wind Waker, double save. And then you're just Papa, you know? Like you're saving all the kids from they're going in, they're getting coiled, they're getting Witch Doctor ultied, Batrider is not killing the right target, but everybody's saved. One guy on the cart, one guy Wind Waker, and again, refresher, another guy on the cart, another, and then you're gonna win the fight. Because these spells are gonna be on cooldown, and then you're gonna win the fight. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be draining, but it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but again, to me, I think micro finding solution for this game is not interesting to you because the next game is gonna be 100% different. So that's why I keep talking about the mental mechanic that leads you to the right conclusion, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. I mean, that's exactly why I want to talk about the late game because it's just, I mean, you could see like the order of prioritization for targets, or should I be focusing more offensively or defensively, etc. These are they come across at the heat of the moment of a match very equally, right?
Yeah.
I want to stop both Puck and Witch Doctor, or I want to save Gyrocopter, which in itself also stops Puck and Witch
Yes.
Doctor. It's very conflicting.
Exactly. It is conflicting, but it's a 70-minute game, so you have plenty of time to figure it out, to test things, to adapt, to buy the next item. You know what I mean? You have plenty of opportunities. So in that sense, it'll be fine.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
And,
but the TLDR I would keep from that to help you in the late game for today would be that, which is what you have been doing, but you have to be disciplined about it and to really stick to it throughout the game, is identify the problem and try solve it. Try solve it yourself. Try solve it with items. Try solve it with how you click your spells, when you click your spells, when you decide to jump. Try to solve it with teammates. Ask for help. Maybe raise their awareness. Hey Gyro, you need to watch out. Don't get mad addicted. Hey Bat, can you focus this hero? And then whatever they do, adapt on the go. You're never gonna be in control of. Well, first of all, some people just aren't cooperative, and then second of all, people might fuck up. That's normal too. And if your gyro's out of position or your bat misclicked his blink, dude, it happens in pro games too. Like sometimes I'm asking something, I've asked stuff from my teammates at TI, and then next thing you know, he double tapped the blink, and he can't do what I need in the team fight. Well, I'm not gonna dwell. I'm just adapting to what happens. And the same should be the same for you. It's like
Lose together, win together,
adapt on the
stay
go.
together,
Don't be stuck. You know.
Yeah. I think
adapting on the
another
go.
thing is maybe take the issue that's happening more seriously. I think another thing is like, I thought like, oh, Witch Doctor, he's killing us, we need to stop him. But I didn't think about maybe committing more items to him or something like that, because I thought eventually Muerta and maybe even Puck will be more of the issue. But here you're saying like, this Witch Doctor's screwing you now, build for now, and then look maybe to solve the Puck or the Muerta when that time comes.
Yeah. And it's also like, can you solve the puck? Can you solve the Muerta yourself, realistically?
lose
Maybe you
together,
can't.
win
Maybe you
together,
can.
slay together, slay
You know.
together, stay together.
But you have to figure that out for sure. I think there's an important part about solve what you can, and let go of what you can't. Focus on what you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it really sounds like I mean, for mid game and for early game, it's obviously very more straightforward. But for late game, it just sounds like it's just very fluid about your decision making, and it doesn't sound like it can be solved. Just having you look at maybe 5 or 10 replays. It sounds like really that it's just gonna. It really just comes down to my ability to both reset emotionally, talk to my teammates, and then now focus on myself and where I can have the most impact,
Lose together, win together,
which is
stay
crazy
together,
because it's
stay
such a
together,
generic
stay together.
way of advice, but also it's probably the only real way to really get a grasp on how to get better late game.
100%. Yeah, I mean that's what you said. Keywords. That is what Dota is about. At the end of the day, that is what Dota is about, and that is what wins or loses many games, many games. At your level, at my level, at pro level.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'm gonna have to try and see because, yeah, the two replays I gave you, they're both Witch Doctor games, so you don't have to look at the other one. It's
No.
pretty
But
much a replay of this one.
to me, I think we can leave it at that for today. I think it's already good enough. Like
Yeah, for sure.
working on this mindset. No matter the game, and again, like the win is if you have that awareness and you try to implement that in the games, this is where the win is. You're gonna lose games. You're gonna not know how to counter a hero, and then you're gonna learn about how to counter it, or you're gonna get inspired by something you see in the game, etc., etc. And sometimes the best way to counter a hero is to play it yourself. If you really don't know, you're helpless against a hero. The best way is to play it, and then you'll see what people do, and you'll see what actually annoys you, or what stops you. And you're like, oh, okay, like, I'll give an example. It's like, you play versus Huskar, and you feel like, oh my god, but this hero, it doesn't die, it's so strong. And then you play Huskar, and you realize, wait a minute, like, when I'm full HP, I don't deal any damage. And then you're like, why am I even trying to kill this Huskar? When he's running around full HP, he's just useless. He's just a sack of HP. Nobody cares about him. But you only realize that when you play the hero yourself. Else you fall into the trap of like, kill him, oh, he doesn't die, oh my god, the region, oh my god, the damage, everybody's dead. Like, so yeah, you'll figure out how to fix things along the way, but as long as you're aware that you have to, and you're trying to, trust me, that's already way more than good enough. One step at a time.
Yeah, perfect. No, I appreciate that. And let me give it a shot and see what happens. I definitely need a better mental state, I think, for late game. But,
Yeah.
60 minutes, you're sweating your ass off. It's pretty normal. But
Of course.
let's try it.
And dude, like, also tell yourself, enemies are not doing what you're trying to do. They're just YOLOing in, throwing their spells. So chances are you're going to be on the right side of the fence, And chances are they're tilting too. They're being emotional. They're maybe arguing, yelling, Like, they're also going to sabotage what they have going. So all you have to do is stay strong, stay focused, try to find the solutions, try to clutch it, and eventually the win will come.
Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, let's cut it off there. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot, so much. I mean, my early and mid game are especially my early game is much better. I'm really excited to see how my late game will go now that you've given me a lot of perspective and
Nice.
realizations that maybe I need to be told much earlier. So I appreciate that.
Awesome. Nice. Well, you're very welcome, and I guess we'll go for another one next week then.
Yeah, let's definitely hit up over DMs and talk about what we should cover next week. Definitely.
Sounds good.
Cool, man. Well, thanks again. I appreciate
Enjoy your pubs. Hopefully it helps you.
that. It definitely has. Yes.
Nice. See you soon then.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.